But to begin tonight, the ructions at the ANU School of Music. We'll be joined shortly by the Vice-Chancellor of the ANU, but first, a taste of the anger and disbelief surrounding the university's decision to cut its world-renowned music program. Adam Shirley found staff and students are ready to fight.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I did come here for the double bass teacher, and if they're getting rid of, like they say they are, they're getting rid of full-time staff, then I'm not having the teachers which I came here for.
I'm from Sydney, and I gave up a full-time job to come study with the particular teachers at this institution.
It basically boils down to the fact that we've got one of the highest, most professional and most qualified faculties in the country here, and that's being threatened by these changes.
The ANU School of Music is the place where the best and brightest musical talent come to be trained to an elite level. But angry notes are reverberating in the rehearsal rooms. With a $2.7 million debt hanging over the school, the university has announced a significant cut to full-time staff and a major restructure of the music course.
In Canberra, the ANU School of Music is the hub around which most of the other music is happening. I found myself in first year being dragged along to play in performances for the Canberra International Music Festival alongside incredible artists, both from the faculty and from outside Canberra.
Jack Hobbs is completing his honours in cello performance. He says that proposed cuts to staffing, which include all 23 full-time teaching jobs being made redundant and re-advertising just over half of them, are a potential disaster.
The amazing performance faculty that we have here are not going to have jobs to keep them here. Their jobs have all been spilled. At the end of the year, if there isn't the students for them to teach, they'll move on, and that'll be a great loss to the city and to the institution. There's not many salaries for someone who is at a high level of performance. The university presents an opportunity where artists can live in this city, have a performing career, as well as supplement their income through working for the university.
I would say that the School of Music for a period was the best school in the country because it was allowed to develop in that direction. In more recent years, it's being whittled down, and now we have a kind of beheading occurring.
Composer, performer and teacher Larry Sitsky has been with the school since its first day. He says it was conceived as a musical equivalent of the Australian Institute of Sport.
The changes in themselves are vague, unstructured. Contrary to what might be said, staff certainly weren't consulted. And what's proposed is a kind of Mickey Mouse, I call it a cake decorating course, because it really lacks any real substance. They are peripheral ideas, some of which claim to be new and innovative, but in fact are quite old and have been discarded many years ago because they didn't work.
One of the most contentious changes is the reduction of the number of one-on-one performance lessons each week. Instead, students will be offered an allowance of $600 each semester to pay for lessons, and more classes will be conducted via a video link with the Manhattan School of Music in the US.
It's a withdrawal of responsibility and supervision. Second of all, for $600 you might buy 6 lessons. You need a lesson every week. What about the rest of the time? It's not just knock on the door, have a 1-hour lesson, disappear. The teacher is there also for the rest of the week to consult, because it's a mentoring of a very close kind.
Don't allow the residents to take over from the top note for a while. Have a go.
You're actually in physical contact with your teacher. You're listening very intently. They are sitting at an instrument next to you or using their own instrument to demonstrate something to you, and you're able to get right in and have a look at exactly what's going on, and they're able to look at things that are happening with your body, and they're able to say, no, this is wrong and this is correct. And I can guarantee you there is absolutely no way that that will succeed and that that approach can be undertaken with a TV screen and a camera in the way. No matter how good the quality of the broadcast is in terms of sound or video, it will not happen. It will not work.
The majority of students at the School of Music are in furious agreement about the proposed changes.
What they're basically going to is something that I got when I was in primary school, to put it bluntly.
The entire community will be affected, not just here but in the region, and it'll have impacts for the whole country.
A majority of the students are here in Canberra to learn with their professional teacher that they have, followed for a very long time, and they wouldn't be here if they weren't here.
A couple of weeks ago, I was broadcast on national radio singing, and there is no way in any stretch of the imagination that I would have been at that standard without my one-on-one teaching.
The response from beyond the walls of the school has been swift. A campaign in cyberspace has taken off.
It's simply an online petition that's been set up through a community-run site that provides an engine for running petitions. That's now running over 8,000 signatures.
Those against the changes to the National University's music school say that the national capital's broader culture is at stake.
Here, the stage is set up for CSO to play tonight. The entire wind section are basically the faculty here at ANU. Half of the string players are current or past students. Where are those musicians going to come from?
The Canberra Symphony and the Canberra Youth Orchestra and many other bodies, they exist because the school produces musicians. So the damage is not just within one area, it flows on, and it'll affect the Canberra community profoundly. I think this whole exercise, apart from its questionable legality, has been barbarous. I've been in the tertiary teaching sector for over 50 years. I must say I've never seen the like of this. It's extraordinary.
Adam Shirley with that report.